Breast or butts? Prison School episode 10. And boy, the chairman was just hilarious in this episode. And it all dwelled down to one question for an extension of the expulsion of the guys. One question. Actually, two questions, honestly. Well, an answer. A question and then an answer. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm assuming you guys saw the episode. I mean, this was a very entertaining episode. You know, the day's a day. You know, Gagato's just going crazy. He's out of his mind. He's going nuts. He snaps out of it after getting fed his last meal. And his last meal, he wanted grasshoppers. So he eats that shit and he's just like, he's like, oh my God, this is so disgusting. And he snaps out of it. They try to come up with a plan, but the plan's going to take a little bit longer than expected. And of course, they need to try to get an appeal to the chairman, but Vice President Miko rips that shit up, rips the appeal. But Kiyoshi had this fantastic idea to slip to make that appeal that was on top of all their withdrawal requests or withdrawal papers, and actually sneak the other one, the real appeal underneath or in his paper. So like Miko wouldn't really kind of check the withdrawals because she thought, oh, okay, this is the withdrawal right in front of me, so let's rip that shit up. And I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm not gonna give them any chance of having time to postpone their pretty much expulsion. And the chairman, did you see the ass pad? I mean, he had the ass pad. That was hilarious. So we have this plot going where they get to talk to the chairman. The chairman asks Kiyoshi, or pretty much all of them, what are you? Are you a boobs man or you're an ass man? And Kiyoshi responds, basically he pretty much blackmailed the chairman, because if you remember that one episode, the chairman was taking, putting like this, all his little porno stash or whatever, he was burying it in a treasure, and that Kiyoshi saw him do that. So that's a great callback to that one episode. I forgot all about that, and they really just that's what I like about Prison School. Even though it's out in your face, it's crazy. They it's smart writing, it's great writing. So I thought bringing that, like Daredevil, like I recently see, this is one of the, even though it's an anime, this is actually one of the smarter writings, and it's very entertaining. It's some stuff you have not seen before. They really change it up, so that's what I love about this. So yeah, the chairman asks Kiyoshi says ass, of course, because he remembers the picture, but he has to explain why. And that whole segment of the ass being the originator, and then women had bigger breasts. So that took over. That whole segment was just hilarious. It was funny. Of course, Kiyoshi gives up the right answer, and they get one more day. They get one more day to try to prove that they're innocent. So while that was going on, we also had some side stories with the vice president. She's really starting. She was having a sincere moment. She knew that the boys were leaving, and she kind of was sad about that. She said everything was going to be quiet, and she was sad. So what happened was basically, she asked for them, their last meal, and she gave Joe, Andre, Kiyoshi, Gagato, anything they wanted. She worked hard at it. You really felt for the vice president, especially when Gagato asked for grasshopper and rice or whatever, and she went out there and she was busting her ass to get those grasshoppers. That's why she ripped their approval, because she was so pissed at Gagato because she saw the bowl on the floor, and Gagato just thought it was disgusting. So that was great writing as well, setting that whole thing up, and for the whole Kiyoshi having to come up with the plan idea. But I really did feel for Vice President. I really do. I think she does definitely enjoy the boys' company, and I really like that aspect to it. I'm gonna say it right now. Hana is probably my favorite character in here. Maybe one of my favorites. Close. I mean, Gagato is pretty awesome too. But I love Hana. Out of the girls, I think I love Hana the most. Hana is just so entertaining. I love her bipolar, personality, and when she finally remembers what happens to her and Kiyoshi after picking up some, some shaped items, and really remembering what Kyoshi, what happened to them underneath that bed, when she took them to the infirmary. That was hilarious. I thought that was funny. I love Hana. Hana just goes, you don't know what you're gonna get from Hana. She's crazy, but she's awesome. She's just a very enjoyable, entertaining character. So, and especially with her and Kiyoshi, when they're together, they have great chemistry. So I absolutely loved, Hana remembering that and going after to go kill Kiyoshi while the chairman was talking to them, but Miko stopping her and giving it, doing those fancy wrestling moves on her ass. So it was definitely that was a treat. So the boys got one more day to prove that they're innocent. I thought this episode was really well done. Of course, when Kagato went crazy, it was insanity. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was great. That was well done. The callback, the writing, the overall, again, another, this is really that plans, things that you didn't really expect and you should have expected, but then when it happens, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes so smart. That's very smart that this character did. So that's what I love about the series. Such a great fun. I think it's one of the best animes of this year, and it's a lot of people will overlook it because of the insanity and the comedy and the pervertedness in this show. But it's funny, man. It's funny. It's definitely perverted, but it has a lot going on. It's more to it. There has a lot going on to it with it. Has great characters, has great stories, has great intense moments. It has great clock winding down type tone to it. It really are pacing to it. It really does. It's definitely one of the best animes of this year, and I cannot wait for the next episode. I think I'm a big fan of Prison School. I love Prison School. I think Prison School is one of the best comedies to hit, but like I said, it's much more than that. It's much more than a comedy. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I have way more videos, a lot more other material as well, and also like the video if you like it, and comment below. I mean, what did you guys think about this episode? And like I always say, what do you think about Prison School? Are you just really loving the shit out of this? And who is your favorite character? I think I'll put that as a different video, and you can answer that. But yeah, but just tell me, like, are you loving the shit out of this? I'm loving the shit out of this. So thank you guys for listening. I'm Dan Man, aka Dan Son, and I am out.